Next, James says, I finished building a directory for my accountants and have a validated list of emails. Can you go over your 5 email sequence for directory listing outreach? I can tell you conceptually, but I'm not going to give that away here when that is something that we provide to our mastermind members. Again, you're welcome to join the mastermind, James, and I'll give you everything, all the sequences, the snapshots, the SOPs for how to set everything up and manage it, and all of that. That's all part of the mastermind. Okay. So I'm not going to give that away here, but I can talk about basically it's 5 email sequence. We do it every other day. So for 10 days. And here, I'll just give you a quick example of what it looks like from inside the emailing app that we use, which is Instantly, so that you can see it. But, and I'll explain the concepts briefly of the sequence. Like this one currently, um, this one right here, out of about 860 contacts, we've contacted about 493 of them. If we just go to the last, let's go to the last 4 weeks. This is a newer campaign that we had just recently set up. God damn it. Why is this not scrolling? There it is. Um, so we can see that here. If we look at the activity, let's see, I was trying to look at the open rate opportunities 25. So we've had 25 opportunities come from that. So that's, what is that, about 5%? 5%. Those are actual leads, okay, that have come through from that. So, anyways, let's go into this. This is acting weird. We'll go into the sequence. Here we go. So here it is. I've got 5 emails. They're every other day apart. So it's across 10 days. Instantly, we can add Spintax. It's Instantly's own version of Spintax. But basically, what I'm asking is I'm asking for we send out the email saying, hey, we are trying, or would you, or we need to verify. Would you verify? We are trying to verify again. You want to add Spintax when possible if you're doing a lot of cold emailing so that it makes them more unique. But it basically says, hi, we are trying to confirm or verify your company's contact information. This is for your free directory listing on treecarehq.com. I want to make sure that the company contact information is accurate so that when people looking for tree services in your city, right, all of that can be tokenized with custom values, short codes, whatever, that the consumers can have the accurate information so they can contact you to request an estimate. Here's what we have so far. And notice how the website value is missing. That is intentional. We do that intentional. Look at sequence email number 2, email number 3, right? We leave that out intentionally because that gives them a reason to reply back to us and say, hey, and we get this all the time. Hey, all that information is correct, but it's missing my website. Here's my website URL. Well, now we know that we've got direct communication. Within my industry, it's almost always the business owner. Occasionally, it might be the business owner's wife that answers the emails and stuff like that. But the vast majority of the time in my industry, tree service industry, it's direct communication with the business owner. And so they're either going to reply back and say, yes, this information is accurate, but it's missing my website, or no, the phone number has changed, or the service area is incorrect, or whatever. The whole point is all I'm asking them to do is just review this information and reply back to tell us, is it accurate or does it need correcting? And if it needs correcting, provide us with the accurate information. That's it. That's it. So it's a 5 email sequence that is basically saying the same thing 5 times, just with different verbiage, right? It's worded differently, but all basically the same. And it's a 5 email sequence over 10 days. And that's all it's doing is that. And by the way, if you take a look at the signature line, let me show it the preview here. Preview, it should show it. Yeah, there we go. So here's the preview. You see Coastal Tree Services listing needs to be verified. I think this is email number 3. And so there's an example of what it says that, minus the Spintax, because this is just one version. And then it says right here, Bradley Benner, tech specialist at Tree Care HQ, Culpeper, Virginia. And then that's my mobile number, my high level mobile number, if that makes sense. So we're not approaching them as an SEO or a marketing agency. Do you get that? There's a reason I use that signature line, guys. It's not, and there's a reason I don't have marketing or agency or SEO in my company name, right? Because we don't want them to think that we're an agency or an SEO or anything else. We want them to think that all we're trying to do is contact them to confirm information for their free listing on the directory. And then through that process, once they reply, then we have a series of additional automated communications that continue to carry the conversation forward until the listing delivery, at which point we then request a scheduled appointment to review and deliver the listing. That is the first call, first booked call. That is the start of the sales conversation. And we do all of, so they're not even aware that we're a marketing agency until we get on that first call. And we don't blindside them with it. I tell them right up front, hey, we're going to do two things on this call. Number one, we're going to review your listing to make sure it's accurate and that you're happy with it. And we can make any changes that you want right now on the call. And it's free. There's no cost to this. And number two, I'm going to show you some issues that we identified while we were optimizing your directory listing that are hurting your online performance and preventing you from getting jobs in the areas that you told us you want to get jobs from. Does it make sense for us to continue this conversation? And I nod my head and I ask that question. And not once have I had a tree contractor say, no, I'm not interested, and hang up. Every time they said, yeah, sure, let's go. Let's continue, whatever. So hopefully that makes sense. And so it's not a bait and switch. We are providing them something of value. We're making sure they're happy with it. And then we're introducing things that we discovered through the process of looking at their online profile while we were optimizing their listing. We typically always identify room for improvement. That's what we bring to their attention on that call, if that makes sense. So anyway, the 5 email sequence is just the same email, basically reworded, going out 5 times over the course of 10 days. Okay. Moving on.